Hey, everybody. If you happen to catch the 14 seconds that I let that go up, I have cats. Not sure why. I have that fungus in my brain that makes me love cats. And I have homeless cats that over the years have turned out into entitled, spoiled cats who like to screw with me when I'm trying to do tarot card readings or really anything on the internet. So I do apologize for that. And we're going to give it just a minute to see if anybody out there might, like maybe perhaps one, upwards of two. Last stream, I think at one point we had four people. It's amazing. It's pillars. It's like the Four of Wands. No, seriously, give it just a second, see if anybody wants to join. And if not, we'll still get started because I really do this so I can record and do Zodiac readings. It's fun to do live. It's a lot easier. It's different than doing TikToks. I hope everybody's having a really good night. Thank you, folks who have joined. And in just a minute, we will get started, and we will start with the Aries, and we will finish with the Pisces. Not very long readings, just like 3 to 5 card pulls, and just see what's up, the general vibe. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm really going to try to keep it just to the Zodiacs. And you can also, if you have other like tarot questions and stuff like that, feel free to check out my TikTok at the Lenny Graves on TikTok. So we'll give it just another moment while we get going here. Give me just a second. Speaking of cats that want to get on my nerves, now my old tortie cat. Okay, I think she's going to settle down. Alrighty. Put that in there. Adjusted. And again, I'm probably talking too low. I am still sidetracked because, again, I got started and my cats just decided to have major issues. And they picked that time of the day to do it. So I'm still slightly sidetracked. So let's get going here, though. All right, again, everybody, I hope you're having a great night. And you probably know this because you're either on my Facebook, you're following me on Dysfunctional Alignment. If you don't, my name's Lenny Graves, and I do tarot card reading, astrology, and all that kind of fun stuff. And tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to go just, again, through the Zodiac and just see what's up. Just good, like a general vibe. And so we're going to start, because we're the first of the Zodiac, with the Aries tonight. And the Aries in the tarot is represented by the Emperor. And this, again, makes sense because if you know an Aries in your life, Aries are very direct, very leader-oriented people. Aries like to have their way. They will either be very confrontational about this or they might be nice about it. But at the end of the day, everybody kind of wants to do what the Aries say. And that kind of makes sense. They're kind of like the leader in the first of the Zodiac. They're a fire sign. You should probably know that if you're an Aries. If you don't, you are. And I don't know. Let's find out. Aries is ruled by the planet Mars, which, again, Aries, if you know Aries were like twin arguments. Not going to back down to it, even like worse than like Geminis and Scorpios and such. Well, maybe not worse, but I don't know. But let's find out what's happening with my Aries. I'm all done with that. Confrontational like Aries are getting ready to throw down, stuff like that. That's not the case. There's a lot of cool traits about Aries too, the great leaders, all that kind of good stuff. And let's find out what's going to happen for our Aries this week. First card I'm pulling is the Seven of Wands. Second card I'm pulling is the King of Wands inverted. And then the third card I'm pulling is the Wheel of Fortune. So what I'm seeing is for my Aries this week, you've had some struggles. You've been fighting to get to the top, and it's been difficult. And this probably has to do with some outside forces that are beyond your control. This is keeping you from coming into the King of Wands energy. And in the tarot, it doesn't matter if you're male or female. The energy is just the energy. So right now, that King of Wands is kind of blocked. And what the sense I'm getting is, and it's really easy for you, my Aries, is you just want to keep on keeping on. Do what you do best. Fight and push. In the Seven of Wands energy here, in the picture, you see this dude with his stick? And there's all these other guys with sticks, and this guy's got a bigger stick, and he's going to kick all these other guys' asses. That's what's up right now, and that's what you need to do. You just need to keep on fighting. And when you do, you got the Wheel of Fortune. Fate's going to turn a little bit for you. Things are going to get better. I'm going to pull two more cards to see what's up. Your Page of Cups, and then, okay, the Three of Cups. So you've been... Once you come into your energy and the Wheel of Fortune opens up for you, then you're going to have a good time. Page of Cups is indicative you might have like a new love or some kind of new emotionally gratifying thing that's going to come into your life. It's usually love, but it's not always love. So maybe if that's something you're open to, it might be there. What's also cool is there's the Three of Cups, though. And I love the Three of Cups because if you notice there's these three chicks here and they've been drinking a lot, this is just a good time. You're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to have a lot of good times. like I said, you've been struggling. You haven't really felt like you've been coming into your own of late, but fate's going to turn for you. And when that happens, you're going to have some good times. Like Led Zeppelin song, you got good times, you got bad times. And usually my readings, I'm not going to tell you something that's going to happen like 6 months from now. I just won't do that to you. This will be like in the next, I don't know, couple weeks. You're going to find that in areas where you feel like maybe you've been fighting or struggling a little bit more than you should in areas, that's going to lighten up a little bit. And fate's going to turn for you, and you're going to have, I'm not going to say material success or this is an emotional success. You're going to have some good times, and there might be some love there for you, but I'm not going to guarantee it, like I said, but you're going to have really good emotional fulfillment. And that is what my Aries need to look out for. So again, keep doing what you do best. And like I said, your luck, I guess, is the best way, or your perseverance is going to make sure that you've pushed through, and it's going to be awesome. It is going to be absolutely awesome. You're up for some good times. So I'm going to do this with my pen because I have smoked just a little bit this evening, and we don't want to forget and do the same Zodiac twice or something like that. It would be slightly embarrassing. So up next in our wheel as we go along are the Taurus. And the Taurus in the Zodiac is represented by the Hierophant. And I love the Hierophant in this particular deck. This is the Terror Tarot deck, which is kind of a tongue twister, but it's also awesome. And because it's got Cthulhu, and I'm a big Cthulhu fan, he's pretty awesome as a spiritual leader, which I think is kind of cool. But I think it's appropriate that Taurus has the Hierophant because Taurus are always kind of spiritual. They're homey. I mean, maybe not in a mystical way, but like a Taurus get mad if they hear it's like more like a hobbit way, like they're connected to the earth and like the good and growing, all that kind of good stuff. Is Taurus usually have that home vibe? They have that like kind of good energy going on with them. They're also stubborn and stuff like that. They have that raging minotaur in their maze, but they usually have like food, good times, just kind of easy going, right? And that there's something spiritual about that connection to the vibe and just the rhythm of earth and stuff like that. And that's that earth because they're Earth sign, Taurus energy. So let's find out what's coming up for the Taurus. The Tauri, the bull type people in the next. Like I said, usually my readings are more a couple weeks out at the most. And like I said, we're now looking for, we'll see what the cards have to say. We'll do just a couple more shuffles while we're focusing on it. Maybe one or two more. This is for my Taurus, if you just joined us. We are going through the Zodiac. If you're an Aries, I'm sorry I missed you. But when this is done, you can always go back and check out how awesome you are. But right now, we're going to focus on the very rock-like Taurus. So the first card I'm going to pull for your Taurus is the Sun inverted. Now, because here's the cool thing about the Sun, even when it's inverted, it's always a good card. So that's a good thing. Then we have Wheel of Fortune again, and I promise you I shuffled well. And then finally, we have the Page of Pentacles inverted. Okay, so pull two more cards here really quick. Got the Kings of Cups, and the King of Cups inverted, and I also have the Two of Cups inverted. Okay, Taurus. So sometimes we don't have the best week, right? Sometimes fortune's going to turn around on you a little bit, and it's going to work out in the end because all the cards here are good, but they're all kind of blocked on you right now, except the Wheel of Fortune. And what this tells me is, you're going to have some. I won't say necessarily, you're going to have some bad luck maybe, but in the end, it's going to work out for you. And this is bad luck across the board. Like I said, pardon my French, sometimes you just have a shitty week, right? But at the end of the week, you're just going to come through it and you're going to be better for it. The King of Cups usually is like emotional fulfillment. Two of Cups is relationship. Page of Pentacles is money coming in. And like I said, the Sun's never bad. And all of these cards are good, but they're all kind of just flipped around and blocked right now. Again, except for the Wheel of Fortune. I'm getting a really strong vibe. It's just kind of luck thing. Just kind of have an off week. But at the end of the week, or couple weeks cycle, whatever that's going to be. And like I said, if you're having some bad luck, this is what I want you to remember is because you're going to think, well, thanks. Thanks, Lenny Graves, for telling me that I'm going to have a shitty couple. I know. But here's the thing. If you are, what I want you to know, what I'm telling you to come through with that is, one, it's awesome that this is happening to a Taurus because Taurus is fucking tough. Take it. It's like I'm in a bad week. I don't care. I'm Taurus. Made out of stone. Right? No, seriously. And the other thing is all of these cards, again, I have a real good vibe with. I have like, it'll work out in the end. So remember, even if you're having a bad week, and I think you might be having a bad week that's going to come up if you happen to find this reading, in whichever way that becomes bad for you, it's going to work out in the end. So just chill and be cool and be tough. Be the raging minotaur of the maze. That's always just what I think of Taurus because of the bull thing, and I'm kind of a nerd. But that's what my Taurus need to know this reading. I haven't done this for about. I did this in the first part of May, a while ago, and that was a lot of fun. So I thought I would do it again, and I wanted to do it last night, but I had cable company issues and stuff like that. So I do apologize for that. For the people, because I had said I was going to do it. Like I said, my one viewer out there who I think is an amazing viewer, rock, and new viewer, you rock too. Thank you. Up next on the wheel is Geminis, and I'm partial to Geminis because I happen to be a Gemini. That is my sun's sign. Geminis are I should pull the card and tell you about the Geminis. The Gemini is represented by the lovers. Ooh. Because Geminis are great. Lovers is always, people think about lovers and they think about that card that way, and that's obviously cool too. It's got some hot people about ready to do some cool stuff. And in this card, it's got death hanging out and stuff. It's a cool dark tarot deck. But it's also about duality and two halves and stuff like that. And that's what Geminis do best. Is they have that dual energy. So that's why they're represented in the tarot. And if you're a Gemini, you know this about yourself. You're very dark and you're very light. You're up and down. You're all the cool things at once. It's cool to be a Gemini, but it's also difficult to know Geminis for a time. I've been told. I don't understand that. I think I'm wonderful, but I'm kidding. Geminis are the most fun people, but they're also, well, Geminis are extreme. But we're lots of fun. So let's find out what's coming up for Geminis this week. And again, these are timeless readings. If you found this in a month or so, you were meant to find it if you haven't seen it. I don't have a huge reach yet, so I definitely think even more so, because not many people watch these. So you were meant to find me tonight, and I was meant to find you. So, Gemini, let us find out what is up. First card is the Five of Pentacles inverted. The second card is the Three of Pentacles inverted. The next card is the Knight of Cups inverted. Pull two more. We got the Eight of Swords, and then we've got the Hanged Man. All right, so cards are just lovely tonight. I'm so glad that I have all the wonderful news to give everyone. Okay, so Gemini, like as bad as the Taurus's week was, yours is probably not going to get bad. It's just a bad week. Isn't Saturn going in retrograde soon, or has it, or something like that? So maybe bad weeks are coming. Okay, so what I'm getting from the cards is maybe you're working on something and the money's not coming in the way that you think it should. Maybe you were looking for some more money at your job, and not so much. Maybe you were trying to do a sale, close a sale, start your business, whatever it is. It's financial, or maybe even like a craft or something you're working on, maybe like building something or something like that. And it's not really working out for you. And also, I think that there was somebody like love that you were looking at, and it's not like you're not sure, and it's kind of pissing you off. Like maybe it's coming in, but it's not coming in, and you're just kind of on the fence. Or maybe you're in a relationship and you're at this point, like you're not really sure if this is, because it's there, but it's real slow going, right? That's the Knight of Cups inverted. And then I've also got so the vibe I get from this is what's going to happen is you're going to just feel like kind of trapped and indecisive this week, and this next few weeks that are coming up. There's going to be a little bit of indecisiveness, I guess, would be the best way. And because you don't know what to do, because you feel like you can't win for trying. Like, so you know, it's your life might be like country western song. You might have, and I'm a Gemini too. This is my reading too. So fuck, right? No, seriously, it's not that bad because we always here. I'm gonna pull one more card and see what's up. It's the High Priestess inverted, so it's gonna grow our spirit. We're going to be a more spiritual person when it's done. Sometimes, again, I guess for Taurus and Gemini, especially this week, life doesn't always go our way. You're going to have a sense of being trapped. You're going to have a sense like your business endeavors or what you're trying to create really aren't coming in quite as good as you want, and love's going slow. Now, the good thing about the vibe I get from love is going slow, so that doesn't mean it's not going. And what I get about let me pull one more card. Okay, yeah, and then you got the Six of Cups coming back. I think that, you know what? I think what's going to happen, and I got this vibe in some readings I did earlier, and I mean it's just a sign of the times, is financially, materially, you might not be doing very well, but it's going to cause you to like kind of reminisce a little bit, and you're going to get grounded and stuff like that, and you're going to be a happier person for it, and you're going to find some spiritual strength for it. I know that's not my favorite. If I was a Gemini, I would be sitting there and I would say, "Fuck you." I was like looking for like a whole bunch of the Tropicana girls to come up with bags of money, and you're telling me I'm going to have a bad week. Thanks a lot, tarot card reader. But I'm being honest, and it's not, bad week or good week. I don't know if it's a horrible week. You're just going to feel like a little bit frustrated and trapped. That's just the vibe I get. Don't let it define your week. These are general readings on the internet, but when it gets that way, just remember, sometimes we're better for the adversity in our lives, and I think this is going to make you better. It's going to sharpen your sword. It's what's going to sharpen it. It's going to temper you a little bit, so you'll come out better for it. And then in the next cycle, when you have better luck, you're going to be just a better person for it, and everybody's going to think you rock. That's what's up, Geminis. I'm sorry. I wish I had a little bit better reading, but I don't know. Let's see what's up with the Cancers. That's just a regular vibe. I'm going to pull up and tell you a little bit about the Cancer. Cancer is represented by the Chariot in the tarot deck, and this has a lot to do with Cancer's crab, right? And Chariot's kind of like a crab that people build that's pulled by horses, so it's not really like a crab at all. But that's really what it's supposed to be. It's that armored shell around the person that moves around with it, and Cancers also are kind of direct sometimes in their nature. But do I have a moth in my house or something like that? I don't know, guys. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. It is summertime. And I try to make it, well, anyway, I'm not going to get distracted. Cancers, let's find out what's coming up for you in the next few weeks. Hopefully something good. Cancers are I dig Cancers quite a bit. Good energy about you. Let's do a few more shuffles here. Let's do one more cool style shuffle. Cool style shuffle is the technical term for that. And let's do this just one more time. I'm going to mix the cards up. I don't want to find each sign needs their own energy. So we've got the Four of Swords inverted. We've got the Five of Pentacles. And then we've got the Three of Pentacles. And let's put one more. We've also got the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So this is a much better reading, Cancer. You've had trouble resting of late because you've worried about money. And you can stop worrying about money because in the next few weeks, I'm not quite sure the way, because this is general reading on the internet, can resonate for many different people for many different ways. But that didn't even sound very up. Okay, so what's going to happen is so you have the Five of Pentacles, and that's never a good card. It's not as much money, or I feel down and out, or whatever. And that goes real well with you having trouble resting right now. But here's the good news, is whatever you've been working on or planning to work on here with Three of Pentacles, it's going to be successful. The Queen of Pentacles is going to come in. This is coming in a couple ways. This could just be because of your perseverance and the idea itself, which is the vibe I get. Or it could also be you pick up like a patron, power female or something like that. Maybe it's or maybe it's a boss at your work or something like that. It's giving you a promotion or something. It could be something like that. But regardless, this is going to lead you to the Nine of Pentacles upright, especially. And this is like a really good card. This is almost like a wish fulfillment card. Right, it is. This chick's got everything. She's got 9 pentacles, first of all. Wow. And then she's also got this bird, and she's in a garden and everything. But seriously, the meaning behind the card is you got pretty much everything you want. It's a really good card. So whatever you've not been able to rest about, and the best example, if this doesn't have to apply to you at all, but let's say you had started a new business, you were a restaurant owner or something like that, and for 6 months it had just sucked, but then boom, it's going to change a little bit because you took the time. Whatever you've had trouble, you feel like you've been putting energy into and thought into, but it doesn't work out for you, or it hasn't been working out for it, I think it's going to blossom, and it's really going to be successful in ways you don't even imagine. And you're going to have a really good few weeks, and you can laugh at the Taurus and the Geminis, which just are upset after the card you got that reading. So yeah, I would look forward to the next couple of weeks. You're going to really see things that have been bothering you definitely turn around, and it's just you're going to be happier for it. And there you go, Cancers. I hope that resonated for you, because we're going to move on to the Leos. The Lions. represented astrologically by the sun because they shine so bright. Leos are full of pride and they like to radiate that. But Leos are also a very good and caring friends. And I hope, because we've got a little bad bottom of the card, is some heartbreak. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Let's do a couple more shuffles. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with me. I hope you guys are having fun tonight. And let's keep on shuffling. Do a couple more. Shuffle. There we go. And one more. Let me go ahead and do my thing. So Leos in the tarot are represented by the card of strength. And this, because there's a lion on it, no, it's actually because there's a bunch of meanings behind that, but Leos are typically very strong. You know, typically if you think about a lion or a Leo, you think of the lion, right? You think they're not like Lambert, the sheepish lion. No, you got that big, like that Lambert from that lion from the MGM logo or something. He's roaring and such, right? It's Lion King lion. And that's the strength of Leo. They demand your attention with their roar and their big mane and stuff like that. And again, as much as they demand your attention, there's usually a reason that they can get away with that because Leo's charisma might help inspire people, and it's usually good to know a Leo or two. So let's find out what's happening for fire signs Leo. Oh no, 9 of Swords. Hangman inverted. 3 of Wands upright. So let's start with the 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords is, my Leos, you are worried about something right now. This could be a lot of things. This could be jobs, this could be friendship, this could be a relationship, this could be property, this could be many things. But what this is causing you to do is be even more indecisive than you normally are. You feel like than you normally are. And I mean that you might not be an indecisive person normally, but you are. And if you're indecisive normally, well, now you're all over the place because you're worried so much about this fact or whatever is up with you, right? And what this is keeping you from doing is finding your 3 of Wands. And if you'll notice the 3 of Wands, this guy's moving forward, but there's still something behind him he's not seeing. And I think it's in this case, though, it's more like a drag back from you moving forward. You've got all this worry, all this confusion that's keeping you from doing what you need to do. Let's pull 2 more cards. That makes absolutely sense. And then, yeah, so we've got the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. Now, these 2 cards together, that's real representative that once you get past this worry or whatever you think is constraining you, holding you back, keeping you from making decisions, once you decide to make your decision, it's going to prosper, I think, to money through a creative idea. I mean, and I don't know, it could even be like a new relationship. And if it's a very physical and happy relationship, you don't often get, Wands and Pentacles to get like this. So again, when you decide to move forward, you're moving forward to a better place. But to do that, you have to let go of what's keeping you indecisive about moving forward. Like you're not picking a path. You know what? I actually have a friend who's a Leo, and I told him something similar. Is like that Mr. Miyagi thing. You have to pick what side of the road you're going to walk on, and that's kind of what the cards are telling me as well. Is it's a Mr. Miyagi thing. Once you kind of pick that, once you kind of get past where you're going and you know where you need to be, you're going to go straight on forward, Leo, and just new, cool. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be nifty. You're going to dig it, and that's what's up, my Leos. I hope that resonated for you. Comment, like, do all those kind of things that did. I would appreciate it. And I'm going to move on. That was a little bit shorter reader, but it's a pretty good reading. You got to do what you need to do. And so now we're going to move on to the other half of Mercury, my astrological sister, if you're a Gemini, the Virgos. Virgos are represented by the Hermit. I love the Hermit card because it's a Led Zeppelin cover. And it's just pretty cool. And I dig this one because it's supposed to be cherry. But anyway, Virgos are very organized, very earthy, very practical people. They also have, I dig Virgos, like I said, through the other half of the planet Mercury. So they have, even though they're very different from Geminis, they have like a vibe with Geminis, if that makes sense. But most Virgos that you know are very grounded and organized, and they're just a little bit critical. Virgos have a way of doing things, and they want to know that, like, I've seen Virgos clean something someone else has already cleaned because they didn't clean it the way that a Virgo wanted But anyway, I love Virgos. They're, like I said, they're awesome. Virgos are just a lot of fun and really caring people, and they worry about you and all that kind of good stuff too. So my Virgos, my earthy, homeward bound, yet sometimes I think Virgos, even though they're an earth sign, have like a watery influence in them. Sometimes I think the same about Aquarius, even though they're more because they got a little bit more emotion, I think. And I'm sorry to say that than the Capricorns and the Tauruses, where they showed a little bit more as I'm dropping cards. That's the spirit of those other signs, me talking smack about them, or the ill will from the Taurus and the Geminis from the horrible reading that I gave them earlier. I hope they didn't hang around. I'm kidding. Everything's gonna be fine in there. So Virgos, let's see what's up with you. I'm gonna do one more shuffle. Shuffle, which is kind of a word like shuffle for people who can't speak well. And we will see what's up. What's at the bottom of the deck? We got the Knight of Wands upright. That's not a bad sign, Virgo. That means maybe something cool's coming in. Page of Cups inverted. Two of Pentacles inverted. Eight of Pentacles upright. Let's go ahead and pull the other two right now. Five of Pentacles inverted. That keeps coming up tonight. And then Death inverted. Okay. Okay, Virgo. This is an unusual reading for you. Well, it's not unusual. This is more of a piece of advice than telling you what's coming up. In your life, if you want things, you have to let other things go. And that's just what that is. You have to sometimes, with like the Death inverted and Five of Pentacles inverted, is like sometimes when you think you're going to let something go, it sucks when you do. But the Page of Cups inverted and the Two of Pentacles inverted really says to me that these need to be undone. And this is keeping you from finding the love that you want and the balance in your life that you want. You have a life right now that you're cool with, but you could be happier with, Virgo. And you'd like to work on that, but you have to let go and be willing to let go. You have to be willing to take risks in your life. You have to be willing to do the things that you want to do in your life. If you are comfortable in your life, okay, that's cool, right? It's cool to be comfortable. But if you want more than that, you have to, like I said, this isn't so much your future. This is, unlike everybody else, I got a different vibe from my Virgos tonight. These are about choices in your life. If you want to be somewhere else or do something else or be a happier version of yourself, you have to make choices that you might not find appealing to begin with, but then that might lead you to where you want to be. That's overly deep, and it's not really for the future, but that's what I thought Virgos out there needed to hear today. And that's what path you want to take. But you have to, if you don't, you're going to pull one more card for my Virgos tonight. Okay, so the King of Swords is all about like coming through wisdom and coming into your own and stuff like that. Once you cut off from where you're comfortable, where you thought you needed to be, then you'll be, I don't know, that's what you'll be where you should be. I guess you'll be happier. But sometimes you have to go, like you have to be willing to cut out things that or cut off or do things that maybe you're just not really comfortable with or happy with or are ready to do. But you need to do that if you want to work on yourself and open up new opportunities and happiness in your life, Virgo. Again, not much of a future vibe I get for you, but I felt like my Virgos tonight who might be watching that need that piece of advice in their life is like, look within for a sec, find out what your heart really wants, and then pursue that. And don't worry about like the ifs, ands, and such, because if you do that, you'll just get mired up in it, and you'll never really get to where you are, want to be happy and all that kind of good stuff. So Virgos, again, I'm sorry, that's not much of a, buy a Powerball tickets, like $200. No, geez. But there's not much of a future glimpse there, but I think you needed to hear that. And if that resonates with you, please let me know, because like I said, I got a real strong vibe there. And now we're going to move on to our friends, the Libras. I think Libras are awesome. They're a fellow air sign represented by the card of justice, because as a rule, Libras are pretty just. Libras are very amicable, in my opinion. Libras will always, in my opinion, all the Libras that I have met do kind of share that trait, kind of like every Gemini is a little bit flighty, but we're fun. Most Libras are pretty good mediators. They're pretty good, even-tempered. They're willing to look at both sides of it. They're also pretty good at arguing when they want to, but they usually argue like in a very nice, constructive way. If you know a Libra, you understand what I mean. If you're a Libra, you're like, kind of that way. But let us find out what is going to happen with our Libras coming up in the next few weeks. Will they find justice? Will they bring balance to the Force? Maybe. We'll do that. That was a cool episode of the Clone Wars. I'm kind of a nerd. Guy goes into the thing. You know what I'm going to do. That's a long conversation. Let's find out the balancing that are Libras. What's up? Okay, first card is Death. Second card is Five of Pentacles. Third card is Eight of Wands. And then I'm going to pull the next five. We've got the Seven of Swords. And we've got the Six of Wands inverted. Okay, Libra. Don't be too nice. What's up? Death means you're coming out of something, maybe. And I think bad times, you have a bunch of good ideas coming. Just you have a bunch of good ideas. It could be in your job. It could be in academics. It could be in a lot of different things. But those ideas are really flowing through. But the Seven of Swords says be really careful that you don't lose those to somebody. That somebody's just come along and take what's yours. And block you from having the triumph you deserve. I get a warning along with, like, I think in the next few weeks, anything that, like, you've been in a bad time, but you're going to come out of that time because you have an influx of good ideas. But you need to be really careful because somebody might try to deceive you there or steal your idea or cheat on your test or whatever that's going to be. That's going to keep you from being in triumph. And if you look out for it, I'm going to pull one more card. Now I think I'm worried because I might have made you worry, so I'm going to pull one more card. Okay, so if you look out for it, you're going to be worried, and that's going to make you a little bit indecisive, but I still think that's a good idea because, sorry, Libra, again, I've had a couple bad readings tonight. And it's not really a bad reading. It's just, I don't want you to be paranoid for the next couple of weeks. I want you to be on guard. I want you to have, like, your eye on the ball, if that makes sense. Not everybody's intentions what they might seem to be, and you have a lot of good ideas. And just don't let anybody take those from you. But also don't let the advice I just gave you resonate the wrong way and make you overly paranoid to keep you from being indecisive. Like I said, I don't want to cause more damage than I help. But I do get this vibe this week that you got to be careful, but don't worry about it too much that it makes you indecisive. You don't need to do that. You just need to, like I always tell people when, like I did a readings a while ago because I had a vibe about, like, if people are cheating on you, right? I always tell people if I sense that somebody's cheating on you, don't go home and leave them. Because one, especially on the internet, don't listen to everything. But two, even if I was talking to you in person, I would still say, look, now you know, kind of look and find out and make sure that's a true thing, right? So it's the same thing with this vibe, Libra, is just keep your eye out. If somebody's going to be deceiving you, you'll pick up on it, but don't be paranoid about it. I know. I'm sorry. It's a hard concept. I don't want you to be worried about it, but at the same time, you need to kind of be worried about it. So take how that resonates with you. And yeah, but on the up note though, you do have a lot of really good ideas and good energy coming into you this week. Just guard it a little bit. And now we are going to move on to my moon sign, the dark half of my soul, the other side of evil in the Zodiac, the Scorpios. Scorpios are, I dig Scorpios. Like I said, my moon is in Scorpio. Dark souls, they like music, they like singing, they like revenge. If you know Scorpio, you know how Scorpios are. And if you are a Scorpio, you know you're a Scorpio. And you're probably actually much like, I know I'm a Gemini, I'm proud of being a Scorpio. I think it's cool. So let's find out, my Scorpio, what's going to happen for you this week. And I'm going to shuffle a bunch tonight, and I have been. And I do get certain vibes and certain trends. Like right now, like these readings are timeless. You could find this like a year from now, and I would still say you were meant to find it. But there's, in America right now, there's like, the gas is real high, inflation's real high, and all that kind of good stuff. So I see a lot of like financial worry and trouble in the cards. It keeps coming up, even though I keep continuously trying to shuffle them. Like I get a lot of Five of Pentacles energy tonight and stuff like that. So there might be something to that. Those cards shot out, but I'm going to do just one more shuffle. Well, I'm going to do several more little hand shuffles. I'm going to do a big shuffle, and then we'll see what is up. At the bottom of the deck, I have the Hermit, Scorpio, I feel like you've been in a, just right off before I even just get this, you've been in a place inward and you've been thinking about a lot of stuff in your life and like where it is, what it is, what you've been doing, all that kind of good stuff. And yeah, you've been in a period of retrospection. You might not have been hanging out with many people of late or being very social of late, but you've been thinking about things. And so that's just from the bottom of the deck. Now let's do your full. First one is I see the Six of Pentacles. Then I have the Fool. And then I have the King of Pentacles. And I'm going to add, okay, so I've got the Eight of Cups inverted, and then I've got Justice inverted. But I'm going to take this as a different way because I get a really good vibe here. Okay, first of all, Scorpio, I really have a sense that maybe you were going through a financial time or some tough times of late. You're stressed about money or maybe a house or something like that. And that's going to be over. You're going to, in fact, have a little bit of an abundance here pretty soon, enough to give away. And this is going to, like, oh, this is going to alleviate a lot of stress in your life that you've had that maybe you didn't even know you had. And then you have this Fool energy. And I love it when Fool comes up in a deck because you're just ready to get you're ready just to get the hell out of there, right? And just start your life and be happy, right? And when you do this, the King of Pentacles, you can look at this in a lot of ways. You could look at this as material success of a job. You could look at this as success, you could look at this as getting like a house or a success in a business. It's an earthy, like more materialistic. I also just get like a really, because the King of Pentacles in general, like think like a king sitting on his treasure and stuff. You're going to come into a prosperous time. You need to make sure that you're not blinded by any choices that are holding you back from some misguided concept of justice. That's deep. That's overly deep, probably for a tarot card reading, but no, it's just deep. I don't know the best way to put that. Okay, so best vibe I get with this, maybe, okay, I'm gonna use this, and this can be a lot of things. Like I use relationships a lot because people like relationships. That's usually why they come to me, but this can be family, business, a lot of stuff. Don't let someone who's been holding you back hold you back anymore. You don't need to do that. There's no justice in it. There's no obligation in it. There's no honor in it. There's no need to do it. It is misguided and it's keeping you from moving on. It is keeping you from getting to a prosperous new energy that's going to just make you happy. So what I would advise you to do is, again, just, yes, I am. Yes, I'm wearing Scorpios right now because we've been doing it for a little while. Sorry. For the arms really quick. But yeah, that's where you need to go. If you let go of the like I said, I don't know the best way to put it, but you feel obligated to maybe someone or something, and you feel that's right, but it's not. It's an illusion, and it's keeping you from making better choices in your life, Scorpio. And I think you're going to come to this conclusion way sooner than you think. And there you go. So I think it's a good reading because once you do, that, you are going to really just be happy. You're really just going to be happy. You're going to let go. The reason I want to reinforce this to you one more time, my Scorpios out there, is you might be afraid to do this. Again, you feel like, I don't know, like I really get like this relation, like I feel guilty. I am in a relationship, but I feel obligated to somebody or something like that. I don't know, whatever that is, let it go, move on, and you will be so much happier. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you so very, very much. I very, very much appreciate it. All righty, Scorpios. Remember that. Just move on. Be happy. You're going to be happier. You're going to now move on to the card of Temperance and the sign of Sagittarius. I'm Sagittarius rising. Sagittarius are, because that's important. I don't know. I just like to tell people what signs I am. I guess it's the 70s astrology stuff, right? But I also dig the Sagittarius vibe. Sagittarius are one. They have kind of like wicked senses of humor, and they're also very direct. Like we call them the centaur monsters, running forward with the fire arrows, shooting them at people and just causing havoc. But also in the card, Sagittarius aren't always like that. Sagittarius is also pretty good for you can have Sagittarius in your life. You're kind of weird people. They're almost like Geminis in their duality sometimes. Is a Sagittarius will sometimes be very like cool and loving and good stuff, and then they just get mad, right? But they're always very direct, and they always have a really good sense of humor and all that kind of good stuff. And you know this if you're Sagittarius. And we're going to find out last of the fire signs in Zodiac. That's right. Thank you. Sometimes I slightly senile in my old age. We're going to find out what's going to happen with you in the next few weeks. See if it's maybe something good, maybe something bad. We just don't know. I'm getting old. If you saw Ren and Stimpy where they had the red button. Don't push it. And I'm trying to make small talk because I really want to shuffle. I've had a lot of repeat cards come tonight, so I want to make sure I'm shuffling again. But again, I get that sense that the cards never lie. And there's a very, like I said, there's a vibe in the world right now so I've seen a lot of cards come up. But we want to make sure we have them nice and shuffled so that we can make sure that our Sagittariuses are guided like the arrows they fire to the proper bullseye target. That wasn't a very good metaphor. So we're going to start off with Ace of Wands. This is not a bad thing. We're going to follow it up with a Six of Wands inverted. We're going to follow it up with the Nine of Swords. And let's pull the last two really quick. Queen of Swords and the Lovers inverted. Okay. Okay, so this isn't a prediction. This is a warning. All right, this is what I'm getting from my Sagittariuses. And if you're in a relationship, this won't really apply to you that much, but this is for my single Sagittariuses. This really is more than relationship, guys. I will pull a bonus card for my relationship Sagittarii. It's probably not the plural of that. But okay, so you might be finding new love, or really, if you're single, you might be finding new love or really new attraction, right? And you're like, yeah, this is going to be awesome. But something stops this. Like maybe you have a perfect night at a bar with like this really, these are random examples, please don't take, like there, you met this like really pretty girl at a bar one night, right? And you're like, oh my God, she's like the best thing in the world. And you think she's the best thing in the world. You guys are dancing and all that kind of stuff. Give her a number and she doesn't get back to you. And then she starts to get mad. And so you're worried about it, right? And it really, you should be like really happy and stuff like that, but it just doesn't work quite the way you want, Sagittarius. So you worry about it. Now, what I worry about this, though, and this is the warning, is as you're worrying about it, you really start to channel this Queen of Swords energy. And if you look at the Queen of Swords, she's sitting there and she's got her sword, and she's not holding that sword up to be your friend. She wants to cut your ass with it. This lady is not nice. Of all the queens, this is the most, she's not a nice lady, right? Don't get so worried about something you might not happen quick enough for you that you block the Lover's energy. And so, okay, this is a real roundabout way that was not the best explanation. Okay, so sorry, so you find somebody you're really attracted to them, right? You got a really good energy with them, and you really feel like it's going somewhere, but it doesn't quite go somewhere quick enough for you, right? So you start to worry about it, and we start to worry about it like, yeah, have you ever like not got a text from somebody? I know I've done this. I'm not proud of it when I was younger, especially maybe after a drink or two, and then you get mad and you like text like, why haven't you talked to me or something like that? And the next day you're like, why did I do that, right? Don't do that. That's the warning to my Sagittarii, is if you're single right now, if you come across somebody and they really spark you and they don't get right back to you, they don't follow what you think in your head is the proper sequence or timing, it's okay. Just hold on to it. Don't get mad at it. And I'm going to pull two more cards for the Sagittarius. Yeah, because when you do this, because the Eight of Cups, you're going to make the right decision on this. Hold back on it, because that'll lead you to the Lovers. Don't jump the gun. Don't get mad. Don't get upset, because that'll just push that person away. I've done that myself in my life. That's not judgment or anything like that. We've all done that. But don't do it. It's my warning to you. Like, if you see yourself start to do that, you'll be like, I remember Lenny Graves on Facebook because I was bored on Tuesday, and he said, no, do that shit, and I'm not going to do that shit tonight. And you're going to be happy. You're going to have like 6 kids. You're going to name number 6 Lenny, because you're going to remember the tarot card. It's going to be amazing. So don't do that, and it's going to lead you to love. And for my Sagittarii that are in relationships, because that was really specific, you're going to be happy. I pulled Temperance. That's your own card. That's just a reaffirmance. You're going to have a good week. You're going to find balance and love with your relationship. Even if you're having a bad one, you're going to learn how to find balance. It's going to be wonderful. You're going to be a happy person. That's a little bonus for my married, involved, partner, however you like to put it. Whatever you guys are doing, Dwarf Love Clan, D&D, however you guys want it. That's what you guys are doing, and you're very happy. But like I said, the first part of the reading was for single folks more. That's the vibe I was getting. I think single Sagittarius needed that message tonight more than my married involved Sagittarius. So I'll get you guys better next time. Oh no. Sorry. I dropped my lighter. I do not smoke cigarettes. However, I do smoke the devil's lettuce from time to time, and I do want to light my incense. And so moving on from the Sagittarius, the 9th house, we are going to move on to the 10th house, which are the Capricorns. Hello, Capricorns. Capricorns are the last of the earth signs, yes. And I like Capricorns. Capricorns really care. If you know a Capricorn, if a Capricorn is your Facebook friend, they will like all of your posts. If a Capricorn is in your life, they will buy you something because they want you to be happy. Capricorns have that really homey earth vibe, and Capricorns are really sweet that way. They have a very sweet energy about them. Even if you're a man, Capricorn, don't be mad that I said it that way. Just sweet. Just have a really good, like, I care about my family. I care about my home. And I want to be happy and kind of just mellow out in my own happiness. And that is the vibe of the Capricorn. So hopefully I have good tidings for my Capricorns. So I have the Sun inverted. I have the 4 of Cups. I have the 5 of Cups. The Queen of Wands inverted. And the Queen of Cups upright. Okay, so this makes me a little sad. Capricorn, you have very bad hurt feelings. Again, I am a poet. I should write poetry because I say things like very bad hurt feelings. That's deep. No, okay, so the sun, you're George Michael song, you're letting the sun go down on you, right? It's because you're hooked. Okay, so the 4 of Cups, I like this card because it explains, I think, so much about human nature. Do you see this guy and he's sitting there under a tree and he's upset and he's looking at these 3 other cups? He's like, hey, I want those fucking cups. That's literally what he thought when they wrote this card. That was the words. But no. But what he doesn't see is this. See how this cloud with the hand shooting out of it? I kind of think that's like the universe got the hand of God or whatever. And he's like, here, you can have a cup. There's something awesome here for you. But this guy doesn't want to fucking see it. He doesn't care about it, right? Because he cares about these other cups. He cares about these other cups so much. And here's synchronicity. He went 4 to 5 in the story of cups, which is something in itself, right? This guy is the saddest motherfucker in the tarot, right? This is a morose individual. The 5 of Cups is like, I'm just not happy. I've knocked over all my fucking cups. I hate my life. Nothing is good about it. I'm not where I need to be. I am not the fiery, happy Queen of Wands that I should be. What I'm going to tell you is that the sun is always there, even if you don't think it is. Even when the sun is inverted, it is still a good card. No matter how sad you are, no matter how broken you are, the sun will still always come up in the morning. And the sun is awesome. He's that guy in the Raisin Bran box. He's not going to take you wrong place. He gives you 2 scoops. When you do this and realize that the sun is still there, you're going to become the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is loving, happy, overflowing, wonderful, cool stuff, right? So what do I mean about letting the sun? Don't be hooked up on somebody that you think is great. It's not great. Don't be hooked on a job that you think is amazing when it's not amazing. Don't sell yourself short. Don't think of yourself in a negative way, Capricorn, or anything like that. Allow yourself to, wherever you think the sun's set in your life, to realize that it's going to come back up in the morning, and to let go of all the sad and bitterness and all the things that you thought you wanted that you don't think you're getting, like the Queen of Wands. Like, okay, so here's the hey right there, because this is kind of sad, but I want like a musical reference, right? So, hey, can I put the cards? That was upside. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. So, do you guys remember the Eagles song, Desperado? Don't chase the Queen of Diamonds. She'll beat you if she's able. The Queen of Hearts. The Queen of Hearts is always your best bet, right? So, if you might be chasing the Queen of Diamonds right now, and this doesn't matter if you're boy or girl, you know what I mean. Don't chase the Queen of Diamonds, even though it's not the suit would be clubs, but anyway, it's a metaphor, right, for the eagle song. Don't do that. Don't do it. It's not good for you. Don't chase the flash. The Queen of Hearts is your best bet, and you're going to be happier for it. Capricorns do this sometimes. And I think it's just in the nature and stubbornness of Earth and the desire to protect home and love on other individuals. Don't go for the person that's flashy. They're not going to be there for you. And you know this in your heart. You know what I'm talking about, Capricorn, if this resonates for you. And again, this is general reading on the internet. This is for everybody, but this is where I'm getting is don't go for that. Follow your heart. Go with the, it's just like the movie, Some Kind of Wonderful. I'm really old, so you probably don't. It's Eric Stoltz. The one girl, she's a pretty chauffeur driver. She gave her the diamond earrings. Do that. Don't go out with the prom queen. Go watch that movie because you've never seen it if you're under 40. And then do that. Really, don't, Capricorn, chase the wrong girl. Don't chase Jolene. She's got fiery red hair and all that kind of stuff. Don't do that. Be happy with who you have, and that's also something maybe if you're in a relationship right now, Capricorn, and your life's good, stuff like that, and you're maybe thinking about veering somewhere else or something like that, I get a secondary vibe here. Again, it's like it must be the thing from Sagittarius to Capricorn, same vibe in the Zodiac right now, is maybe don't indulge. Remember, home's where the heart is sometimes, and sometimes we get bored in life as we get older and stuff like that. Just kind of chill out. And remember to follow your heart. And sometimes like things look really pretty on the surface, but they're not. It's like if you played Warcraft, all the savage races were ugly on the outside, but blood elves are ugly on the inside, right? Sometimes people are like that too, right? That's the worst example. I can't think of one offhand. But you need to look out for that, Capricorn. Go after the Queen of Hearts. Remember that. And I hope, but you do have like choices in love and stuff like that. So it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks for you. But we're going to move on to my friends, the Aquariuses, who are about to be coming into their own age. It is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. As the song goes, my best friend was an Aquarius. He was one of the most remarkable and interesting human beings I have ever met. Oh, Capricorns, by the way, you guys in the Zodiac, I'm sorry, I'm a little flighty tonight. You're represented by the devil. I'm just going to leave you there at that. Jeez, it's not always a bad card. But anyway, I'm going to jump back to my Aquarius. You guys, though, are the stars. That's a wonderful transition. If I was an Aquarius or Capricorn, I'm just like, fuck you. Just walk away. Just walk away right now, right? Devil's cool in the tarot. And look who you're talking to. I think Devil's cool card. So the star, I love the star. I love the star in the traditional Rider-Waite deck. I love the star in this deck. I love the star in general. The star is just a beautiful card, and it has a beautiful energy about it. And it's kind of like Aquarius. Aquarius have a beautiful energy as a world. Aquariuses are very unique and wondrous people. They have kind of like, I don't know, if you know an Aquarius, you know what I'm talking about. And the Aquarian age gives me high hope that's coming because the science and reason and everybody merges together, and it's happy and it's good and all that kind of stuff. And if you know an Aquarius, I think you get that vibe, right? So let's hopefully pull some cool cards for our Aquarius friends and tell them awesome things are going to happen to them this week, that they're going to win the lottery, that they're going to take a trip to Hawaii, unless if they live in Hawaii, then they can take a trip somewhere else. Because you would probably be bored if you lived in Hawaii. I can't imagine it. I wouldn't know. That's right. Now let's see what's going to happen for my Aquariuses. Do one more shuffle here. And let's look at the bottom of the deck. We've been doing that. We got strength. Might have to be looking at a position where you're going to need some strength is the vibe I get just right off. So that's not maybe it's for a good thing. Let's see. So we got Temperance. We've got the Ten of Wands inverted. And we've got the Eight of Cups upside down. We've got Justice upside down. And then we've got the Empress upside down. Okay, Aquarius. It's unusual, but so with Temperance is always about moderation of one thing to another. I always get a sense of like alchemy in the card, and what I get is a sense of your own personal alchemy, and this might have to be your own personal alchemy. That sounds kind of weird. What I get, Aquarius, is all right. So you're at the point of like, do you see in the card of Temperance how it's this angel and he's got like two cups, right? And they're transferring essence, water, life, whatever, between them, right? He's doing that. That's what you're kind of doing right now. You've been carrying something or been doing something a certain way for a while, and you're about to relinquish that burden. That's what the Ten of Wands. See how this dude has like been carrying the shit for a long time. Well, it's flipped upside down. He's gonna let it all go. And I think this has something to do with the decisions you've been making. And again, this comes back to, I got this vibe earlier as well in another reading with, you have a misplaced sense of justice that is keeping you from the Empress energy. And that can mean a lot of things. The Empress card, this could be sensuality. The Empress is a lot of good things. Okay, so pulling everything back in the big pictures, I get that like you're in a transference right now. You're about ready to let go of one part of your life to come into the next part of your life. Maybe like because you're represented by the star, like that movie The Star Is Born or whatever. You're gonna be that way, but you've got to like be okay with your choices and let go of some of the things that are holding you in the past, people, places, things, whatever that might be. It's very similar, like I said in another reading I had it a little bit earlier. When you do that, you're going to be able to move forward and come into that Empress energy. And again, the Empress doesn't matter if you're male or female. It still just represents that, like, blessed by Anana. It's just a good, like, sensual, happy, earthy, just all around kind of goodness. And you need to come into that energy too, because like this has been a long time coming in a transference. And in the next, like I said, few weeks, this isn't a long time away. You're going to come to like a revelation. You're going to come to a realization that you need to make a certain choice that you haven't been making based on this misplaced sense of justice. And I hope this reading resonates for you down the road when this happens to you. And when you do that, you're going to unlock the Empress energy and pull on the card. But this is going to genuinely shake up your life with the Tower. And people are, oh my God, the Tower. And the Tower's not that bad of a card. The Tower is just about throwing down something so we can make something new. And I'm thinking with the throwing down of your burdens and the choices and the justice and stuff like that, your life might be a little chaotic, but it's chaotic in a good way. It needs to be this way. If that resonates for you down the road, you see this or something, please let me know, because I think, yeah. Your life's going to have a little chaos if you make a decision, but it needs to. You need to shake it up, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. And that's what's up, my Aquarius. It's not a bad reading at all. Like I said, sometimes people look at the Tower in a bad way. Sometimes it is in a very bad way. But the Tower there, we got to break shit. We got to knock down a building if we want to build a new building, right? We've got to tear down one thing to build another thing. Sometimes we're going to build in the same place, right? So we got to tear down ourselves. Sometimes we build ourselves back up, all that kind of good stuff. That's what that vibe is. And then we're going to leave it with the Moon, the last of the Zodiac, the Pisces. Mysterious, most mysterious, I think, of the Zodiac. The water signs. If you know a Pisces, they're too fucking quiet. They're quiet. They keep to themselves. Pisces are kind of introspective, but they usually have some deep thoughts. They have some neat insights on things. Neat. Thank you. Pisces, or don't fuck you, call me neat. Anyway, no, they do. Pisces, like I said, try to get it out of a Pisces. You guys are quiet, very mysterious. It's because you're quiet. But let's find out what is happening with the final. The age we're leaving, Pisces. What do you think of that? We're going backwards on the clock now. We're going down to the age Aquarius. Leaving the Pisces behind, but let's find out what's in these Pisces' particular future. Do one more shuffle to make sure we are mixed up nice and good. And so at the bottom, we got the Knight of Cups, Pisces. You got some love. Love is in the air, maybe. Love, some kind of good emotions vibing into your life. It's going to be awesome. Let's see. We got the Fool inverted. Oh, we got the Eight of Swords. We got the Knight of Swords. And let's pull the last two. We got the Four of Pentacles, and we got the Five of Pentacles. Again, the Five of Pentacles come up many times tonight. Five of Pentacles inverted, too. Okay, so check this out, Pisces. You worry about money a little bit too much, and you don't need to, because it's keeping you from having fun. The Fool, and you should be the Fool right now, is blocked. The Fool does not give a shit about money or what's going to happen tomorrow. He's just going to go out and fun. He doesn't care about the consequences of life. He just enjoys it for a second. You are feeling trapped in your own life right now. And here's the thing. This card is not inverted. This is not true. You can go do whatever you want to do. You can go have a great time right now. You're just not letting yourself, through whatever reason that could be. You could be overly frugal. You could be hurt over a relationship or something like that. But you don't need to. You need to let that go right now because I've told you. And when you do, very quickly with the Knight of Swords interview, it's just very direct, like charging through, you're going to be happy. What you're worried about right now is you are so clinging onto something materialistic. I'm going to assume it's money because right now everybody likes it. And there might be a reason for that. You might be like maybe a little bit poor right now. Maybe things are expensive. Gas is like $6 a gallon when I'm doing this. So there could be something to that. But here's the thing. You know, again, I'm not the most religious person in the world, if you can tell. But like there's some good quotes in the Bible. And one of them is tomorrow will take care of itself. Tomorrow will take care of itself. You don't need to stress so much that you don't have fun. I get a vibe, Pisces, that you need to have fun. You need to spend a little bit of money. You need to have a good time. And when you have a good time, it's going to open up all those chakras and energy. You're just going to be happy. You're just going to be happy for a change. And you know what? What if you don't pay a bill for a month? This is for my Pisces who have like a 7-something credit score or something like that, right? But no, seriously, what's the worst thing in the world that'll happen? If you have been so stressed out of late that you just haven't allowed yourself to have fun or spend any money or anything like that, this is me telling you on behalf of the universe, it's okay to be unfrugal for a little bit. Not forever. You don't need to go jump the gun, and spend your life savings or anything like that. But you definitely want to think about maybe, just Pisces, go out and have some fun. Be wild. Get like a John Travolta-ish disco shirt. Go freaking dancing with some white slacks and shoes and stuff like that. Or do something. Just get out there and have a good time. And when you do, you're just going to be happy. And again, I'm not going to guarantee I'm pulling a card. Yeah, you're going to be happy. You're going to be happy. 9 Pentacles. You're going to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. You're worried about something that really doesn't exist. Be a little. Again, don't go drain your savings, but just have a little bit of fun with your money. A little bit of fun with your resources, whatever you've been holding on to so much that you're not having fun with it. I hope that resonated with you, Pisces. So I have not done this for a couple months, and I wanted to do it for the folks who stopped by and watched and liked and who will in the future and stuff like that. I really do appreciate it. That was the Zodiac Wheel. It's kind of how I read tarot on TikTok. As personal readings, I do much longer as just pick cards and such like that too when I do YouTubes and such. But probably I'll do these maybe once a month if folks like them. And that's about it. It was a lot of fun hanging out with folks that hung out tonight. Thank you for your comments and your affirmations, all those kind of things that made me really happy, and I really appreciate it. And Facebook and YouTube and stuff are kind of my secondary things. I try to do most of my stuff on TikTok because that's where I seem to be. So if you don't subscribe to me on TikTok, would you subscribe to me on TikTok? You'd be awesome. And that's at the Lenny Grace. Anyway, have a wonderful night, my dark and lovely souls. Took me a while to find the button, so it's very anticlimactic at this point. But seriously, have a great night, guys. And it was fun reading cards.